Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time.
Alright, let's see what the random number generators have for me today. Druid, Thrall, or Mage? Druid, Shaman, or Mage? That's really tough. I don't think I need any of these requests. I could be wrong. I've done videos for all of them, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go Druid, because Druid is hardcore. I find Druid... I'm not as sold on his power, but it's fine for arena. And constructed, I kind of rather have someone else's class power, but the Druid has amazing cards. Okay, first rare, Garbage Seer, Twilight Drake is not so exciting. Argent Commander is pretty good though, so I'll take him. I really like raid leaders, but I'm gonna go with the Swamboos because it could save my butt sometime. It is pretty efficient. Naturalize, I don't like at all. I don't want to give my opponent 2 cards for that one minion. I mean, I have zero doubt there are some times when this will totally save your butt, but a lot of the time it's just totally not worth it, so I'm not doing that. Plus, Druid of the Claw is awesome. Having the choice of whether you get a taunt or a charge makes him so versatile, like most of the Druid choice cards. This one, it's pretty good, but I don't know. The Frost Elemental is also good. Worgen Infiltrator is very good to early drop. I know I normally want to get a lot of fat, but I'm tempted to take this guy just because he's so good early on. Choices are good. Ironbark Protector is better. He is he's like amongst the best non-legendary fat that you can find. This is tougher. I already have one Infiltrator. The Berserker is very good. Mark of Nature is also pretty darn good. It's not one of my favorite things they have though. I'm gonna take the Berserker actually. I still want to concentrate on fat. Okay, Moonfire I don't like. I'd rather pay 1 and get 1 damage and some useful effect. I'd rather pay more and get something like 0. Yeah, it's cool that it's 0 cost, but 1 damage is not enough. He's fine. Lord of the Arena, however. I love Lord of the Arena. He's good. Don't like the Harpies so much. Murlocs are not my thing, but Power of the Wild is awesome. It's either a 3/2 for 2, which is perfectly good, or give all your minions +1/+1. That's not until end of turn. That gives all your minions +1/+1 for just 2. It's amazing. You get another Ironbark. Oh yeah. And here's another rare. Mind Control Tech is pretty interesting. We've got another garbaging Murloc. Stop giving me these. Like, not even the good ones. Keeper of the Grove, though. Amazing. 2/4 for 4, but he does 2 damage or silences something. That's so good. You're kind of weak. You kill weapons, so you're good. Got this is a hard choice, but I don't have a lot of direct removal yet, so I should definitely take Wrath. I mean, it's 3 damage for 2, or if you can finish something off with 1 damage, 1 damage and draw a card. Having the choice makes it fantastic. So I'm not going to have a weapon for him. The Brewmaster is interesting because it does let me redo Battle Cries, and it lets me redo choice cards as well. Plus 5/4 for 4 is pretty decent size. Like if you don't have any creatures out, you can put him out and he's decent size. Wild Growth, it's so hard. Getting 1 crystal ahead is good, but like early in the game, this is costing you a whole turn. It's kind of, I don't know. I should probably take this, but I think I'm going to take the Brewmaster instead. Mess around with him. He's more fun anyway. Okay, we've got another rare. I think this is an extra now. This is tough. So deal damage equal to my hero's attack to a minion. That has to interact with other things to be good. I don't think that's a good card at all. This guy's always solid, but Nourish lets me draw 3 cards for 5. Which, even the 2 mana crystals, I can never figure out when it's a good time to do that. Maybe I will this time around. But either way, I would rather have Nourish, which is costs 5 and draws 3 cards, than the Rogue one, Sprint, which costs 7, draws 4 cards. I get one less card, but towards the end of the game, when you have max mana, I can still cast a decent amount of stuff after playing this, whereas Sprint, you can't cast anything of value after it. Claw, I don't like. You're paying less mana, but you're paying a card to do what is basically just double your hero power. It's like, it's not that great. Yeah, you can use it with your hero power and do like 3, but eh. Stormpike Commando, I would normally take the Berserker over him, but I don't have that much direct damage yet. I mean, Druids can have a bunch of direct damage. I don't, so I'm starting to think I should take this guy. Another rare. Normally I would be overjoyed at another rare, but these are all not good rares. I don't like any of these cards. I'm going to take the Arcane Golem because he has a bad drawback, but he is he has cost 3 for a creature with 4 attack and charge. He can do important, useful things in a pinch, but I don't like him because the drawback is bad. Wind Fury Harpy is just, I don't know. I wish she had more hit points. Like, she is big enough that she can kill 2 things, but she's not really great unless you have a way to buff her somehow. Dragonhawk is much worse. It's actually worthless unless you can buff it hugely. It needs like Blessing of Kings to become functional. The Leper Gnome is pretty good direct damage. He's not really good battlefield control, but I'm thinking of taking him actually. I do have a lot of, like, look at my casting cost curve. I have a lot of expensive cards. I think I'm going to go with the Leper Gnome. Holy rares, Batman. That is a lot of rares I've got. Once again, these are all good. I think this guy is cool, but I never pick him. This is always something else. The Emperor Cobra is very good, but I can't not take Keeper of the Grove. He solves problems, man. He just solves problems. Now this is interesting. We've got 2 guys that give you good card advantage, and we have 1 card that is the opposite. This is major card disadvantage, because this does nothing but help you cast 1 other spell. But this is like a super coin. Like, it lets you cast something big much earlier. And I have a really hard time choosing that, because this is amazing. Like, I've got a lot of fat things. I've got Ironbark Protectors. If an Ironbark Protector comes out turn 6 and your opponent can't polymorph it or something, they're going to be unhappy. On the other hand, Acolyte of Pain is usually good. He's usually 2 cards for the price of 1. Plus, he probably did something while he was in play, or drew aggro from your opponent. Oh, man. This would be an amazing card. I just hate the idea of later in the game, like, okay, like when I'm down to 1 or no cards in my hand, drawing this instead of drawing something that could help me. That is the problem I have with it. I think I'm going to take this because I could win a game from that. It's like all rares. Argent Commander is very good. Young Priestess is not my favorite. Pine-Sized Summoner, though, is very strong. If she can survive for 1 turn, she starts making things cheap. Man, she is handy. I don't have a lot of things in those like 2 and 3 cost slots. I actually need more 2 and 3 cost creatures. Holy crap! You're a lame rare. You're actually pretty good, but Ancient of Lore. This is another one of those ones. It's nice to have a choice, but how often am I going to restore 5 health when the choice is to draw 2 cards? And again, you compare him to Sprint. Sprint costs the same, costs 7. It draws you 4 cards. This guy only draws you 2 cards, but you also get a 5/5 in play to make up for the fact that you probably can't cast much else in the same turn as him. He's the best. Savage Roar is a pretty game-winning card. I mean, it's almost as good as Bloodlust, and it costs 2 less, right? That's scary. On the other hand, Druid of the Claw, he's like my man. He does everything well. I'm probably going to... Well, that's the thing. I'm not going to regret this choice. I'm never going to, like... Yeah, I can't imagine being in a situation where I'm like, oh man, I wish this guy was the other thing. These cards are not as crazy. I'm going to take the Jungle Panther because I need more, like, 3 cost, 2 cost sort of things. Soul of the Forest is such a weird card. This is... If you're behind, this card isn't going to help you at all. It's going to cost 4 and be like 1/2/2, right? If you only have 1 minion in play. It could be even worse if you get silenced or something. But if you're winning, this like cements your win. This is disaster proofing. Actually though, like it's not going to solve my problem. Spiteful Smith is not even bad without weapons. He's not good without weapons, but I mean, in a limited format, he's not the worst. But I'm going to take the Silverback because I actually need 3 cost creatures, and I don't mind having another taunt. Oh my god. Well, Courthound's not getting picked. I could either have 3 Ironbark Protectors, which is amazing, or another Power of the Wild, which is also really good. It helps me fill in that 2-cost area that I was complaining about, and the +1/+1 power later on can be really strong. I don't know how I can turn down an Ironbark Protector, though. Okay, I already have 2, and an Agent of War, and some other 6-cost stuff, and a lot of 5-cost stuff. Now, I've got to take the one that's going to be castable, like, the whole game. You're only good with other Murlocs. You're actually an independently functional Murloc, so that's pretty tempting. But, I mean, it's kind of like getting a 3/2, but he's split in 2, so he could benefit more from Power of the Wild and stuff like that. I'm just going to take the one that's got built-in taunt, because he's slightly stronger. Now I've kind of got my 2 and 3 cost stuff filled in, right? I've got 4 2-cost creatures, 5. I've got about 4 3 costs, which is, and especially since I don't actually want to cast the Arcane Golem turn 3, that would accelerate my opponent in bad ways. I'm going to take Starfire because it's direct damage. I could finish my opponent, I could blow up a big creature. And wow, I'm getting another Druid of the Claw. Okay, almost out of cards here. Wolf Rider would be very good because his charge, it is like removal. And I still don't have as much removal as I like. I have a pretty amazing pile of fat, useful creatures. I don't have that removal. This guy just gives you a lot of stats for the cost. This guy could draw 2 cards to replace himself. This is such a hard choice. I really want the Acolyte of Pain, but I have 3 Druid of the Claw. He's charge if I need him to be. I have the Keeper of the Grove. He's removal. I've got the stupid Gun Dwarf as well. Commando. Maybe I do have more removal than I thought. Yeah, I'm going to take the Acolyte of Pain. He can draw 2 cards. Theoretically more, but mostly 2 cards. And here's the last card, which is always a rare. I had a million rares in here, and a lot of good Druid cards that I wanted. I mean, there are a lot of good Druid cards I didn't get, too. I didn't get the AoE. I have no AoE removal. That's kind of bad, but I have a lot of taunt stuff. This guy is very good. I mean, Taunt and Divine Shield is a pretty awesome combo to get in 1 card that's also fat, but Defender of Argus is, like, awesome. I'm taking him. Alright. It feels like a powerful Druid deck. Let's find out. 3 Druids of the Claw. 2. I can't believe I had to turn down another 8/8 Taunt creature, but the 8 casting cost, like how many 8 casting cost things do I need? I'm better off having that ramp up where I have a lot of powerful things that I cast, but more ability to like cast multiple things per turn. And I have a reasonable amount of like, I have 2 different things that draw me multiple cards late in the game, plus the Acolyte of Pain who might luck out and draw me a bunch of cards. Oh, I almost got a brand new player. Could have broke them in. But nope. I've got a mage, that's probably not pleasant. Got Innervate in my starting hand. This is a tough choice. I'm going to keep the Innervate. I'm going to keep the Acolyte. I'm going to get rid of both the expensive guys. I have lots of other expensive stuff, and I'd rather have more middle-of-the-road expensive stuff. Oh yeah, this is much better. Now the question is, do I save the Innervate to cast something really apocalyptic later on? Oh my god, I have the coin, and I have Innervate. I could do this guy turn 5. Or I could spread this stuff out, right? I could Innervate now and play a 3-cost creature now. Like, I could play the Panther now. It doesn't have the hit points, though. I mean, she'll kill it in 1 or 2 turns after it attacks. It would just be 4 damage. I don't want to burn all that stuff on it. I don't have any 2 costs. I mean, I could put out the stupid Patriarch, but no. I'm going to save my junk for now. I don't know if I'm going to save them all the way up to the Ironbark. If I can get a Druid of the Claw or something, cast a Druid of the Claw with Taunt, like turn 3 or something, that would be nice and good. She's a mage, she's not going to have any weapons, so I'll drop the Acid Ooze. Give her something else to shoot at. Jaina, what you gonna do? Jaina, break windows for you. She's going to shoot him, and then she's going to shoot him. No, she doesn't have any answer to him. That makes me happy. It's not really that important, but it still makes me happy. She's going to kill him next turn, so I guess he's going to have to get some damage in. And I have a million 3-cost creatures I can play. I have so many choices. I'm going to play... Oh, that's so hard. I'm going to play the Acolyte of Pain. Because I want him to lose his summoning sickness in time for me to do something with her. You know, if she's playing to Arcane Blast and AoE and then, like, take him down, I might draw multiple cards from him. I can draw cards off that guy. That sounds great. Like, sure. I'll buy that for $1. Now, I think at this point I probably am going to save up and drop the Ironbark next turn. It's going to be friggin' crazy. In the meantime, I'm going to play the Keeper of the Grove.
I must safeguard the land.
I'm going to get rid of this guy's taunt. This guy's going to attack him anyway and draw a card. It's crazy. And I'm going to hit her for 3. I can't believe, like, that was not the best choice of thing to put out against the Acolyte of Pain. It really wasn't. If she could have done anything else and shot this guy, it would have been better.
My shield for Argus.
Aw, she re-taunted him. Well, that's not fun. Plus he can kill the Acolyte now. Still, I got 2 cards for that guy. He only did 2 damage, but I got 2 cards. Okay. It's gonna be kind of hard to get through on those guys. I could just coin Innervate Ironbark Protector. She might have a Polymorph, though. Now I'm starting to think about getting her to use her Polymorph. Plus, these numbers don't work out very well against what he has, whereas if I drop a Defender of Argus, then I can buff this guy and he can actually kill the Mana Worm. Yeah. If I do that, I would still have 1 mana left. I can drop this guy who's immune to non-AoE stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do. Seems like it would be so cool to just drop the Ironbark now, but she may well have a Polymorph, and I'd rather try and draw it out. So, you're going to kill that, and you're going to beat on him, because why not? Okay. I'm going to cast that. It's possible I should have coined out the Acid Ooze, but I don't have as many cards as it looks like in my hand, because 2 of them are just 1-shot mana. But I can do a lot. I just have to pick my timing. I've got to put out the Iron Bark soon, though. It's silly to be holding on to him for so long. I wonder if she's forgotten I have the coin. I do that sometimes when the person doesn't use the coin for a long time. That has to die. Boy, does that have to die. It's pretty fragile, but it really needs to go. Okay. And then what? Alright. I think this works out. I'll trade all my stuff in play for hers, and then I'll have the only thing in play. And it will be quite a thing.
First.
Alright, show me the polymorph. This is what it's for. At least that'll eat most of her turn. I mean, that's kind of poor for me, but if she doesn't have the polymorph, she is unhappy right now. Does this pause mean she doesn't have a polymorph? Because I wouldn't think she'd be thinking about it quite as much. I'm going to drop an army of fatness on your head if you don't polymorph that thing. Druids are going to be charging in left and right. It's going to be sick. Like, you can flame strike this guy. He doesn't even care. Which is funny, considering he's made of wood. Iron bark. Doesn't burn as good. I'm going to guess she doesn't have a polymorph. Last time I made a prediction based on how long someone took, I was wrong. But, no, okay. She's got Abomination there. He's pretty annoying. She's going to drop him, wear down my Iron Bark guy. She's thinking now that if I hit that, my guy will take 4, and then the Abomination will explode, do another 2. That's a reasonable thing to think, I guess.
Where shall I strike?
Cat form. You take 8. And then I guess I could play this, or I could coin out one of those guys. This guy's just as good for now, so I won't even coin yet. Yeah, you notice that I haven't used my Druid ability at all this game? It is a good power. It just somehow doesn't shine quite as much as the other classes to me. I do like it better than the Warrior one, that's for sure. The Warrior has to have cards that interact with his ability, because otherwise, like, it does make sense for him. Like, because the Warrior gets a lot more weapons, it makes sense that he has the ability to not kill himself by smashing the enemies in the face directly. But, I don't know, like, it synergizes okay for him, but it's just not as good an ability at all compared to Fire Blast.
Pandaria will be ours.
Whenever you cast a spell, she gets +2 attack. Okay. And we've got Gigantor here, trying to take some of my time. Give all my minions +1/+1. I can play a cat, play a Berserker. I have 9 mana if I use my coin. 9 doesn't work out very well with these numbers. It does look like I'm going to have to use the Iron Bark to take that guy out. He is quite a lot of meat. But with that out of the way, I can play another Druid of the Claw in cat form and charge her. At that point, she might start to panic because she's going to have, like, she'll be able to take out my guy, but she's not going to have a lot of
Where shall I strike?
health left. Now, I could Power of the Wild and give my guys +1/+1 as well. So then she'd be taking 7, 8, 9. Or I could just drop the Panther here, who would do more damage next turn. I think I'll do that. So she can cast any spell and then kill the Iron Bark. force you to cast a removal spell on the Ironbark. I'm gonna do it. Oh. Okay. Okay. She's in pretty dire straits. Like, the Defender of Argus is a good play for her. She needed something like that. Okay, now how best to remove her blockers? Yeah, no, this is pretty easy, actually. Because when I give all my guys +1/+1, I'm just going to win. So I'll drop the Berserker just for the hell of it. And actually, I have enough mana, I'm going to drop the Pint-Sized Summoner too. She only works on the first minion you play each turn, so even if I played her first, it wouldn't have helped. Like, she doesn't start helping until the next turn. But now, +1/+1. You kill the big one. And you kill the little one. And you kill the mage one. Why would you quit the second before the attack hits you? Why? Why even do that? Just trying to deny the other person, like maybe the other person has a quest for doing damage and you're trying to deny it to them? That's not very sportsmanlike. I don't know. But I think my deck's pretty solid so far. 1-0 with the Druids. Druids are awesome. See you next game.
If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and Scrolls Judgment videos.